See that? That's Cauli Mac Cheese. Used an extra old cheese. Oh, smell. I can hardly wait. I'm making some parrot sticks too. And, but this is a keeper recipe. Cauli Mac Cheese. We spent a lot of time in the Caribbean, Barbados to be specific, and they had a dish there called macaroni pie, and we were obsessed with it. It was just so yummy, but it's made with pasta, and I really missed it. So I've been working on this, and Cauli Mac Cheese, and just to have something really creamy and good and lots of flavor. This recipe is 8 servings and has 4 net carbs per serving. It's pretty easy to make. Okay, we're going to cook on the grill today. I've got this preheated, indirect heat. So I've got heat on this side, and nothing in the center. And we're going to put our Cauli Mac Cheese right in the center, cook it indirect. I've got it set at 350 degrees. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm preheating a pan on this little induction burner. And I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of butter in. 3. And I've got some chopped garlic, onion, and red pepper. In Barbados, they use Scotch bonnets, which they call bonnie peppers. But I'm not gonna burn you out on this one. And the exact ingredients for this recipe are below in the comments section. We're just gonna saute this up. This is a really good comfort food. I'm going to be serving this with parrot sticks, so I'm going to take a spot on my grill here. And my parrot sticks won awards, so I have a recipe. I already wrote a recipe for this. I'll link to it. There, that's nicely sauteed, nice and translucent. I'm just going to reserve that back on the same plate. Now we're going to make the cheese sauce. So traditionally you'd use, something like a Velveeta, or in a macaroni casserole. What I'm going to do is a sodium citrate sauce. I'm going to take 1/3 of a cup of water, some heavy cream. I'm going to bring this to a boil. A couple of teaspoons of sodium citrate. That's the magic right there. And if you've never had sodium citrate, you have to try it. A little goes a long way. Then we go with that. And that'll just dissolve up right away. And now I've got 8 ounces of extra old cheese. In Barbados they would use a cheese called rat cheese. But I've got extra old here, and it's shredded, 8 ounces. I'll just put it all in. And we're just going to make a silky smooth cheese. It'll be the consistency of a Velveeta cheese. But Velveeta has preservatives in it. It's almost like a plastic cheese. This is a really healthy one. So we want to bring this up to speed. There, that's nice and silky smooth. I'm going to put in some onion powder, a little bit of pepper, some cream cheese, some mayonnaise. We'll just mix all that up. There, that's nicely melted. I'm going to put the veg back in, the onion, the garlic, and the peppers, and the butter. Okay, now I used my saute pan to make the cheese sauce, so I need something bigger. So I'm just going to grab a bowl here. Okay, here's a bowl. And I'm just going to pour this in. Now for the macaroni part, I'm using cauliflower, and you can see the size that Jennifer cut it into. It's about like that, and it was 8 cups in total, and then she par cooked it for a couple of minutes and then let it steam out, and so you can see that that's a little less than 4 on both of them now. And we're just going to toss this around a coat. Oh yeah, that's looking like macaroni casserole now. Oh yeah, that looks good. 8 servings. How about 2? There, that's nicely coated. So I've got this dish right here. It's an old quiche pan. And I've greased the sides and the bottom. I put some butter in and I went like that with my finger. So I'm just going to put this in. Get all that cheese and gooey goodness. There we go. I'll just pat this down. Okay, now for the topping. You don't have to put a topping on, but I'm going to today. And I've got some crushed pork rinds, and I'm going to put a little bit of garlic salt in there, just on top. Crushed pork rinds, put half a cup I think it was. And then I'm going to, you can take the cheese of your choice. I'm using freshly grated Parmesan cheese today. So when you go with that, let's mix that around. I'm just going to sprinkle that right on the top. There we go. And you can put bacon bits on. I had some pepperoni, so I'm going to put some pepperoni on. A little different, but... And I also wanted to say that what you could do is, if you're new to the keto diet, you could do this recipe and you could put in some brown ground beef, some ground chuck, and a can of tomatoes and make a meal for the week. You could cook up some lobster or some shrimp. I've done that. And you just toss it in and do a Cauli lobster dish. So I just put a little bit of the pepperoni on the top. You can put some pats of butter on too. When that melts in there, that's really good. That's optional, but what's going on here? So that's what it looks like before it goes in. I'll put the oil on. 350 degrees, bang on. It's going to go for 30 minutes, and then we'll take the top off to kind of brown it. Just till it's hot and bubbly. Okay, this is coming along great. I was telling you about the parrot sticks, and that's what they look like. So it's basically a chicken wing that we stretch out. It's called a parrot stick because we had a parrot named Kiwi. When you hold the chicken wing up, it looks like a parrot. You can see the beak right here, and the chest, and the tail coming down. So the recipe for that, I'll link to it below. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh yeah. So this went for 30 minutes exactly. And I took the top off in the last 10 minutes. Look at that. Imagine some cooked lobster in there. That'd be really good. So I'm going to let this settle down. I'm going to put my wings on. And if you haven't tried a parrot stick, you should. Flock of parrots. Cauli Mac and Cheese. Got to try it. Thanks for watching.